In today's video, I'm going to be making a tree skirt for me. Years ago, I saved this picture of a children's tree cape costume from this brand called Meri Meri, not sure how to pronounce that. I immediately thought, how cute would it be if I made this into a skirt? First thing I'm doing is cutting out the pieces I need. For the main skirt pieces, I'm cutting out two 74 by 44 inch rectangles. The important measurement is the 74 inches. The 44 is based on the width of the fabric I got. I'm also cutting out 4 pocket pieces and 3 waistband pieces. 2 are 9 inches for the back, and 1 is 17.5 inches for the front of the waistband. I'm giving myself about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. The waistband height depends on how tall you want it to be. I want about a 1 inch height, so the total I did here is about 2.5 inches. Also, for reference, my waist measurement is 34 inches, and I want the skirt to be about 30 inches long. From the main pieces, I'm cutting out 2 semicircles for the skirt. For this, I use the circle skirt calculator on moodfabrics.com. This is where I get the radius of 6.37 inches, but I ended up rounding it to 6.25 or 6 1/4 because I find that the waist measurement is sometimes too big, so I decreased it a little bit, and it also just makes it easier to measure. I'm using my measuring tape as a compass here. Now, to make it a 3/4 circle skirt, I need to cut out 1/4 of the circle. So to do that, I'm taking 45-degree sections off from both halves of the skirt. Now it's time to attach the pockets. I'm doing French seams for this. So the first step with French seams is to sew the pieces wrong sides together. It's a little confusing if the front and back of the fabric looks the same. Then you want to flip it and press it, and then sew them right sides together. This encloses the raw edge nicely. In my opinion, this is the easiest way to make pockets look clean on the inside. Now I want to sew the side seams using French seams again. So start with the wrong sides together, making sure to sew around the pockets. Then flip it and press it, and then sew it right sides together. at this point, I just wanted to get the skirt all finished, so I rolled the hem 2 times, about 1/4 inch each time, pressed it, and stitched it down to finish off the bottom of the skirt. For the waistband, the first step is to interface the pieces. I automatically interface all the waistbands I do for skirts and pants because of natural body movements that will inherently stretch the waistband over time and also the weight of the garment. Before I sew the waistband together, I'm just cutting some tulle to go over top of it. Unfortunately, with all my fabric shopping, it's really hard to color match. So my solid fabric isn't quite the perfect match with the tulle. So by covering it now, I'm helping it blend with the rest of the skirt later. Also, I made sure to only cover the front of the waistband so that there isn't tulle rubbing against my skin on the inside. We don't want this to be so unbearable to wear. And then we can attach the waistband back pieces to the front pieces at the side seams. After that, we can attach the waistband to the main skirt pieces. Start with the outer sides, right sides together. Then fold the waistband over and press it so that the raw edges are tucked inside the waistband, and then stitch in the ditch from the front side. Now it's time to install the zipper. I first need to make a small slit in the back to make room for the zipper. Then I'm attaching the zipper right sides together. I'm using a zipper foot to get as close as I can to the zipper teeth. Then I do a top stitch to lock it down. Next, it's time to cut out the tulle. So I got 3 yards of a 108-inch wide tulle. I'll show you a little bit why I chose 7 inches later, but I'm cutting the tulle into 7-inch wide strips. I don't like cutting tulle, but I figured out a neat trick of pinning it to some paper. It helps prevent it from sliding around as you cut. I also folded it as much as I could to make my life easier. So for the placement, I want 5 rows of tulle for my 30-inch long skirt. So I need to space out the tulle by about 6 inches. The reason I made the tulle 7 inches wide is so that there's a little bit of overlap. If I were to make them 6 inches wide, you would see gaps between the layers and it would ruin the tiered effect. I need to gather them, so I'm using my machine by maxing out the stitch length and the tension dials. And then I'm gathering each piece to about 28 inches. I calculated the length I need for each tier on the skirt and adjusted the gathers accordingly. For attaching the tulle, it was easier for me to hand stitch it on, but you could totally use a machine to attach it if you wanted. I found this string of pearly sequins that I thought would look good as garlands. I chose it because it's flat and doesn't get in the way of sitting in the skirt. It's also just fun. For this, I wasn't too particular on my placement. I kind of kept pinning until I was happy with the placement, and then I hand stitched them down. I love the look of red bows on a tree, so I made some simple bows using some velvet ribbon that is probably meant for gifts and some hot glue. I would have stitched them, but they were way too thick for me to sew. For a similar reason, I ended up using fabric glue to attach them onto the skirt. I placed them where I stitched the garland, but I didn't have enough for every single one of those points. For the ornaments, I used random scraps and sample swatches of sparkly and velvety fabrics. I didn't do anything crazy, I just made some ornament looking shapes, sewed them right sides together, flipped them right sides out and stuffed them. finish it off, I use sparkly silver ribbon to make the ornament caps and add additional glitter. To attach them, I ended up using embroidery thread. I made one stitch through the ornament and skirt and double knotted it. I made sure to use the ornaments to cover up any unsightly spots or where the tulle was sticking up too much. And with the finishing touches done, here is my tree skirt for me. I am in love with this project. The skirt is absolutely nuts, but it brings me so much joy. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this, and I hope you have a lovely holiday season.